All right, hello, everybody. Welcome again to another live stream here on WooEnglish. As always, my name is Hamza, and I will be your host, as always, on another grammatical journey. Today will be part two of what we started last week. So, last week we started talking about some very simple tips that will take your sentence structure to the next level. Like very small tips that a lot of, or like they are solutions to very common issues that I usually see in my students' writings. Last time we talked about a very common topic or a very common mistake that I always see in my students' writing. Today we are going to review that mistake for people who weren't here with us, and we are going to see another two types of mistakes that people usually make without paying attention or without realizing when they are writing their sentences. Maybe when you are listening to this introduction, you will say, well, I always write sentences correctly. I always have a subject, a verb, an object. My sentences are always perfect. Whenever I link two sentences, they are well linked. But the problem becomes when you are writing longer bodies of writing. For example, when you are writing an essay or when you are writing like an article or something. That's when you can make mistakes without realizing them, right? So today we will see three common mistakes that people always make on sentence level. I already see Amin has been waiting for like half an hour. So welcome Amin to the live stream, and I hope you are still there. I can see that you have rejoined again. So you guys let me know if everything is clear, if the audio, if the video is clear before we start. And of course, don't forget to like the video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that so that you can or you won't miss on our future live streams. All right. Today, actually, I want to start with a little great. Thank you, I mean, for confirming. What about you now? What about you? How is your vacation going? I want to start today with a little riddle, right? It's a fun riddle. I really liked it. It's the first time I've seen it myself, and I answered it wrong, right? So I will show you the riddle. Let's see if you guys can answer it correctly. But please don't forget to like the video, right? All right, sorry for that. The internet and voice is off. All right, I'm so sorry. I think it was an internet issue. I hope everything is clear now. So I'm gonna repeat for those of you who are still here, who are very patient with me. Thank you so much for staying here. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. So I'm gonna just repeat what we were talking about. So today I was saying we are going to see some common issues that people make when they are writing their sentences. As I said, maybe some of you will say, well, when I write my sentences, I make sure to write my sentences correctly. I have a subject, a verb, the sentence, the meaning of the sentence is complete. But the problem happens when you are trying to write longer pieces of writing, like an essay or an article. Then a lot of people tend to make mistakes on the sentence level. But before you can see me now. Is the everything good now? Sorry for that. I have a little riddle for you so that we can like change the mood. All right. The riddle goes like this: what two things can you never eat for breakfast? Two things that you can never have for breakfast. What are they? This little riddle actually takes a lot of well, it takes little thinking actually. All right, so I mean, keep it, maybe keep it until we see what the others think. But please help us by clicking the like button because we had the live stream stop. So please make sure to click the like button so that YouTube knows that we are still here, that we are still having fun and still learning here. So I will be very happy if you can do that. All right. So, what two things you can never have or you can never eat for breakfast? What are these two things? All right. All right. I mean, what about you? What is your answer? So, for Snow White, she says it's lunch, and dinner. Very interesting. Right. All right. Okay. Well, for me, I didn't know this one actually. It was just like earlier today. I was scrolling on a page and I saw this riddle, and then I decided to share it with you. But I didn't know it. So you guys know a lot more than I do, and that's why I always say that probably I learn more than you. I learn more from you than you learn from me. So lunch and breakfast, lunch and dinner. Sorry, lunch and dinner. I even had it wrong here. So it's lunch and dinner, right? Lunch and dinner are what you can never have for breakfast. Even if you don't have breakfast, like if you skip breakfast and you go directly to lunch, that's still considered like kind of your breakfast. All right. So lunch and dinner is what you can never have for breakfast. All right. So I'm gonna repeat from the very beginning, like I promised you to do. So we are going to look at three common mistakes that people do when they are writing sentences, and we are going to review this one because for this mistake that I have on the screen, it's we already seen them last time, but I just want to cover them again so that we can like all be on the same page. Amin says, the first time I didn't know, I thought about meals, but I was laughing because of the answer. It was easy. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. The man who is wearing a red shirt. So Amin says that the problem here is A. All right. So you mean, Amin, that the sentence should be the man who is wearing red shirt. It's not actually. That's not the problem. Because I was late. Maybe, I mean, if you read the next sentences, you will realize what's going on. You will realize what is the actual problem. Next one, while walking to the park. So, what is the problem with these sentences? Try to think about meaning as well, not just the sentence structure, but try to think about meaning as well. What's the problem with their meaning? Exactly. There you go. I mean, so number two, there is no result. There is only the cause. So because I was late, all right, where is the cause? Or where is the result? Snow White says, these sentences are not full or not complete, or what we call them in English. All these sentences are what we call sentence fragments. All right. So a fragment is a piece of something, right? So a fragment is a piece of something. Let me write it. A fragment, I think I prefer to, I should just type. So a fragment is a piece of something, right? So when we say, for example, the verb fragmented, right, or to fragment something is to divide it into pieces. So a sentence fragment means a piece of a sentence, right? A piece of a sentence. So these are pieces of sentences. They are not full sentences. I will start with number 2 because number 2 is easier, right? It's easier to understand. Because I was late. Imagine someone comes to you and tells you, because I was late, and then stops, doesn't finish his or her sentence. You will be waiting for the rest of the sentence. And this is the problem. So these sentences are not complete, both in structure and in meaning, right? So if I tell you, because I was late, you will be waiting. What happened because you were late? Maybe because I was late, my boss was angry, for example. So this is the problem with these sentences. Number 1, Amin says, or number 3, while walking to the park. Well, kind of. It's not finished, right? It's not finished. Why walk into the park? It's not finished. Very good. Very good. So number 1, I think. Exactly. So let's take sentence number 1. Let me take you here. And let me write this, the first sentence. The man who is wearing a red shirt. Okay, so if I write a sentence like this, oops. If I write a sentence like this, the man who is wearing a red shirt, you will be wondering, what's up with the man who is wearing a red shirt? And what if I tell you that all of this is just a subject? So all you have here is very simply a subject, all right? So all this sentence right here, let me underline it, all of this is just giving us more information about the subjects. It's not the verb. It's not the verb. So if I need the verb, or if I want to finish the sentence should be, the man who is wearing the shirt or a red shirt is my friend. For example, now the sentence is complete. Why? Because it has a subject, a verb, and also the meaning is complete, right? We understand what you are trying to tell us. You are trying to tell us that the man that we all can see who is wearing a red shirt is your friend. So now the sentence is completely good. All right? Pamela is here. Hey, Pamela, how are you? It's been a while. How is your holidays going? How is your summer going? So, yes, I think, Pamela, you missed most of last time's live stream. So today we are reviewing from the beginning before we add 2 more mistakes, right? All right, I'm going to write sentence number 2, and you guys can try to finish it, all right? You can try to finish it. Nope. So let me write it again. Because I was late. Because I was late, right? So can someone try and finish for us this sentence? Because I was late, Amin was very smart because he said that what's missing there is the result, because here we have a cause, right? Because I was late, we need the result. What happened because you were late? So now you guys try and fix for me this sentence. So these sentences are what we call sentence fragments. They are just a part of a sentence. Look at sentence number 1. Look at what I wrote in violet, right? What I wrote in purple. That's the sentence. That's the original sentence that we had, right? We had it here. The man who is wearing a red shirt. So we said that this sentence is not complete, right? Because all of it is just a noun phrase. It's just a subject. It needs a verb. You can tell me, well, there is a verb. There is the verb to be right here. There is an is. But I can tell you that this is just part of the subject, all right? Like I've shown you right here. So all of this, the sentence that I underlined here, all of it is just giving us more information about this, right? So all of this is just giving us more information about the men. It's not the verb. It's not the verb, right? It just tells us that the man was wearing a red shirt. So let me go back to your comments and see if anyone, I didn't pass the exam because I was late. That's a good one, right? So I can write it. You can either put, oops. You can put the result on either sides of the screen, right? You can put it here or there. It's no issues. Maybe just share this while I open my. So Amin says, because I didn't pass the exam because I was late, or we can say, because I was late, I didn't pass the exam. We can put the result on either side of the sentence. Snow White says, I didn't catch the bus because I was late. Very good, because buses, they have a time. They are not gonna keep waiting for you. The whiteboard is taking forever to reload, and it's gone. All what we wrote is gone. So I need to write it again. So we said, because I was late, period. So if you just leave it like this, that's a sentence fragment, all right? That's a sentence fragment. So what we need to do to fix it, we need the result. So we can say, because I was late, my boss was very angry. Or I didn't catch the bus. Or what Amin said, I didn't pass the exam. So all of these are acceptable or good and correct finishing of the sentence, right? So all of what we have in red. Let me write each one of them in a different color, so that they are more visible for you. These are just like different suggestions, right? These are just different suggestions. Okay? So this is how we fix the sentence fragment in sentence number 2. Pamela is saying, yes, teacher, I missed the previous stream. I was just like, all right, so great. So right now you get to attend it with us. I was admonished by the teacher because I was late. That's a very good one. I never admonish anyone, but yeah, sometimes your teacher, your boss can be very angry. While walking to the park. While walking to the park. What's wrong with the sentence? While walking to the park. While walking, let me write it. While walking to the park, period. And if you wrote it with a period, your brain will go, ding, ding, ding. There is a problem right there. So what's the issue? How can we fix it? How can we fix this? How can we fix sentence number 2? And please, while you are watching, while you are enjoying the live stream, make sure to click that like button that you can see right beneath the video. It really, really helps. It helps me as your teacher, as your favorite teacher, probably. It also helps other people who want to join but didn't find us yet. When you click that like button, YouTube will show them the video and say, hey, there is a live stream. And apparently, a lot of people are liking it. So make sure to go and see what's going on there. And more people will go and find our live stream. So can someone help us fix the sentence number 2? While walking to the park. If someone, again, imagine you are walking on the, like you are talking to someone and he says or she says, while I was walking to the park yesterday, and then stops. You will be wondering, what happened next? What happened while you were walking to the park? What happened? All right, so who can tell us what happened while walking to the park? So for people who are yet joining, welcome. And today we are fixing some sentence problems. The first sentence is sentence fragments. That's a very common mistake. Maybe you will say, I will never write a sentence fragment in my life. But believe me, I myself sometimes find myself writing sentence fragments because when we are writing a whole essay, a long article, we stop paying attention to these details. He was so happy while walking to the park. Very good one. Very good one. I will write it down. While walking to the park, he was very happy. He was extremely happy. That's a very good one. Let me use another one for another suggestion and see if I have. It's fine. I mean, it's fine. Yes. So the one on in purple is what we call sentence fragments. All right, a sentence fragment. Let me go back here. So I think sentence number 2 is very clear sentence fragment, right? So I will use it as an example for people who are just joining. Because I was late. If someone tells you because I was late, or if you are reading an article and you find because I was late, period, nothing next to it, nothing before it, you will be wondering what happened before because you were late, right? So that's what we call a sentence fragment, a piece of sentence, meaning it's an incomplete sentence, right? Incomplete sentence. They took too many pictures while walking to the park. I mean, I really, really love your suggestions. They took too many pictures. And I love that you are also like varying like the where you put or where you add the correction, right? So sometimes you can put it in the beginning. We can say they took too many pictures while walking to the park, or we can say while walking to the park, they took too many pictures, right? So I just wrote it here. And I will go back, and I think that's it for this first part because I want to have a little. Let's go to this one. All right, I'll go to this one directly. I was late because I missed the train. Very good one, right? Very good. So the meaning is completely perfect and complete. Can you tell me if the following sentences are complete or not? And if they are not complete, try and suggest a correction. Whenever you are ready to leave, whenever you are ready to leave. Is this complete, correct, or incomplete, incorrect? What do you think? The first sentence, is it complete or incomplete? And if it is incomplete, try and suggest for me a way to fix it. We can leave the fixing until later. You can now just tell me if it is complete or incomplete. I mean, it's already. While walking to the park, she was looking to the sky, or she was looking at the sky, right? I mean, at the sky. But very good suggestion. Very good. I mean, so Amin says number 1 is a fragment. It's a fragment, meaning it's incomplete. Let's see. Yes, it's incorrect. Whenever you are ready to leave, what shall I do if I'm ready to leave? I am ready to leave. What shall I do? Number 2 is correct. Very good. And by the end, of course, so today, by the end of this live stream, you will have fixed 3 common sentence issues, right? That she was a conscientious person. Amin says it's fragmented, meaning it's incorrect. Number 1, Pamela as well says it's incorrect. Very good, Pamela. 2 is correct. Pamela, you are doing a great job. I'm gonna wait for you because Amin already answered like through 4. 3 is incorrect. Seem tricky. All right. So number 3, you are correct. It's incorrect. You are correct. She was, or that she was, a conscientious person. Both Amin and Snow White say that number 4 is correct. Amin says number 5, it's tricky. Pamela, no. Number 4, number 3 is incorrect. If I say that you are, let me give you a similar sentence to sentence number 3. so that you can see it like better. If I say that you are a good person, do you think this is correct or incorrect? That you are a good person. If I say you are a good person, that's perfectly correct. You have a subject, a verb, and a complement. But if you say that you are a good person, now the sentence is incorrect. I should say that you are a good person, or I believe, for example, I believe that you are a good person, or that you are a good person is what I love about you. That's another suggestion, right? But the sentence like this is absolutely incorrect. All right. So that's what we have in sentence number 3. Sentences that start with that alone are incorrect. You should have something to complete them with. I enjoy writing letters. Amin says it's correct. Snow White as well. It's correct indeed, because we have a subject, verb, and and an object. That's as correct as it can be. Last one, Pamela says it's incorrect. Snow White says it's incorrect. Very good. Yes, I mean, yes. The period, never put a period until the sentence is complete. Never put the period until the sentence is complete. Remember this. I think you are talking about number 4, which is what I should have done a long time ago. Which is what I should have done a long time ago. Pamela says it's incorrect. Snow White as well. Amin says it's tricky or fragmented. All right, now you change your mind and you say it's fragmented. Okay. All right, so I have 3 sentences that are fragmented right here. Can you guys help me fix them? Can you help me fix them? By the end, I will give you a very good summary that you can keep with you, right? 3 or a summary of 3 common problems that people make when they are writing their sentences. And they are very common, believe me. I thought that I didn't do them, but I didn't correct them until like I was in my master's degree. So I'm sharing with you very, very important points. Very important points. So can someone... Okay. You can tell me whenever you are ready to leave. I really love this sentence. I really love this sentence. It perfectly completes the first sentence. Pamela says, whenever you are ready to leave, let me know. Very good. That's what I had in mind, by the way. Me too. I had the same answer. Whenever you are ready to leave, let me know. Very good. Very good. Because if I just say whenever you are ready, I should know what I should do when I'm ready. Number 3, that she was a conscientious person. I already showed you like an example right here. That you are a good person is what I love about you. I believe that you are a good person. Everybody thinks that you are a good person. So you can apply the same thing to sentence number 3. They said that she was a conscientious person. That's a very good one. You see, you can fix these sentences very easily, right? They said that she was a conscientious person. All right, that solves the issue. Any more suggestions for either number 3 or number 5, whichever you like? Number 5 is a little bit tricky, a little bit, but I already wrote my suggestion, right? I wrote it on the other window, and I will wait for your own suggestions. They said that she was a conscientious person. Therefore, number 3. I did, which is what I should have done a long time ago. Still needs something. I mean, still needs something. I reckon that she was a conscientious person. For number 3, that's good. What about number 5 right now? Which is what I should have done a long time ago. Here, I'm wondering, what should you have done a long time ago? What are you talking about? You see, I'm giving you a little bit of hints here. All right, let me see. I mean, which is what I should have done a long time ago is undone. Nope. Still needs something. Let me show you my own suggestion, right? I, I agree. It's very difficult for this one. It is very difficult to correct. I apologize to him, which I should have done a long time ago. What do you think about this suggestion? I apologize to him. This is what I added. I apologize to him, which I should have done a long time ago. So the fragment is right here. I apologize to him, which I should have done a long time ago. The thing which I should have done a long time ago is undone. I think now you are correct. So great. All right. So let's go back, I think, to this one. And let's move on to the second problem. Oh, all right. I will give you here some time to think about maybe the first two, maybe just the first two. So again, maybe I see that people keep coming to our live stream. First of all, welcome. Second, we are talking about some common problems that people make when they are writing their sentences. The first problem that we have is what we call sentence fragment. Sentence fragment means pieces of sentences that are incomplete, like what we have here. When she arrived at the party, I think Amin remembers this one from last week. So you can fix 1 and 2, and I will move on because I need to show you the second and the third mistakes that I wanted to. All right, I mean, great. But by the way, I mean, your suggestion is perfect. Your suggestion is perfect. Pamela, what do you think? Was it a good suggestion? She was killed when she arrived. Party, eh? That's a good one. I really like it. And I really like that you used the 1, which is what I should have done a long time ago, but I never got around to. Good, but well, for relative pronouns like who, which, when, etc., they should be before. Do you understand what I mean? Here, let me show you Snow White what I mean. For which it shouldn't. What this which? All right, let me just open my pen. So this which refers to all this sentence. Okay, it can never. This sentence, let's call it number 1. It can never be after which. It can never be after which. It should always be before which, right? Because the sentence that you suggested, you put it after which. So that's what I wanted to point out. Because the weather was bad, we stayed at home. That's perfectly correct. Sentence number 2. And with that, we move to the second problem that we want to fix today, because I don't want to, like, we spend a lot of time. Okay, great. So this is the second problem. Read the sentences, and tell me what is the problem. Tell me what is the problem. I will just write some notes, okay, so that you can maybe screenshot them later. After we finish the live stream, you can simply screenshot the live stream. All right. So problem number 1, we said, is sentence fragments. So I'm just making for you some summary sentence fragments, or literally fragments. All right. So literally, they are pieces of sentences, or incomplete pieces of sentences, or a piece of sentences, or incomplete sentences. Let me know What the problem is in the sentences that you can see in front of you. That's a very common mistake, by the way. Another common mistake. Okay. All right. So they went MAI after the meeting finished. I don't know what MIEA means. There is no link between the two sentences. Very good. Very good. That's the problem. That's the problem indeed. And Snow White arrived to the same mistake, which is they are not connected. Well, they are connected in a wrong way. That's what the problem is. Aren't link, we can add a point because very good. Yes, that's the problem. That's the problem. All right. So I'm just writing for you example because I was sick. Example 2. Example 2. I'm just writing for you some notes. No worries. The man who is tall. All right. I think these two are more than enough. Okay. Yes. You guys managed to find a problem. So this second problem is what we call run-on sentences. Run-on sentences. We have two types of run-on sentences, and you can see them right here. I went to the store, I bought some milk. You can realize here, you can notice that we have two sentences, subject, verb, object, subject, verb, object. But the problem is there is nothing between them. They are put next to each other with no period, no connective words, nothing. Very good. Very good. Pamela fixed it. I went to the store and I bought milk. Now we are talking. Now we are talking. So let me go back and we will write the rules together. So I said the first problem that we have seen is what we call sentence fragments. Okay, sentence fragments, like the ones we have on the screen. The second mistake is what we call run-on sentences, right? Run-on sentences. What do we mean by run-on sentences? It's when two independent clauses. What do we mean by independent clauses? Very simply, subject, verb, object. That's what we mean by independent clauses, all right? Are put next to each other with no punctuation or just a comma. All right, with either no punctuation or simply a comma, right? I will show you what I mean by that. I will show you what I mean by that. So imagine we have, for example, let's put the example number 1. No thanks. Give me just red. Give me just black. Example number 1. I love milk. My friend likes coffee. Here we have two sentences put together. Or number 2, example number 2. He went to the beach. We went to the park. For example, I'm just giving you like random example just to illustrate what I'm trying to say. Sentence number 1, notice that we have a subject, a verb, and an object linked directly with the subject, verb, object with nothing between them. Sentence number 2, there is something between them, but it's simply a comma. Comma is not very powerful to link two independent clauses. This is what we mean here. Let me see if you guys are still following. All right, you are still following. SVO, means subject, verb, object. SVO means subject, verb, object. I love milk. That's an SVO. All right. I love milk. That's an SVO. Subject, verb, object. SVO. And we call them also in English independent clause, because it can stay alone with nothing. It doesn't need help. Is this second problem clear for you? Run-on sentences? Because I'm gonna show you some run-on sentences and you need to fix them. All right, what is the problem with these two sentences? Let's go. I woke up early, I woke up late, I missed the bus. To fix, by the way, to fix run-on sentences, we can do one of two things. Either we put a comma like this, a full stop. That fixes it, all right? That fixes it. Now it's correct, okay? While now it's incorrect. Or we can say, we can put a connection word, right? Like a subordinating conjunction, or like a subordinated conjunction or coordinating conjunction. We can say, I love milk while my friend loves coffee. Now it's correct. Or, but, for example, right? So to fix run-on sentences, it's very easy. It's either you put a full stop like this, or you add a conjunction like but or and or whatever. So now let me show you what I'm talking about here. Are you following, guys? Let me know if you are following by maybe like saying yes or clear or something in the chat. What do you mean with run-on sentences? Run-on sentences is what we are talking about right now, Pamela. It's either sentences that are linked with nothing, or sentences. Let me show you again the definition. A run-on sentences is two independent clauses, meaning each one of them has a subject, verb, and object, are put next to each other with no punctuation or just a comma. All right. For example, I love milk while my friend likes coffee. This is a run-on sentence because it's one sentence. It runs into the other one. Right. You see where the name comes from? It's one sentence and the other runs into it with nothing between them. And if you put a comma, that's not enough because a comma is too weak. The first clause will come and try to run into the other one, and the comma will be very scared and will just go away, right? So that's, you can understand it this way. So let me go back and try and see what are the two types. Run on, right? Run on. Okay, so indeed, both of them are run-on sentences. Can you fix them for me? Can you fix them? For example, number one, I woke up late, I missed the bus. How can we fix this run-on sentences? Notice that we have a subject, verb, object in each one of them. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So we have a subject, a verb. Well, this is just a time. Let's call it time. And right next to it, with nothing between them, we have another subject, another verb, and another object. So we have two sentences, two clauses put next to each other, but there is nothing between them. There is nothing, right? And by the way, comma is not enough. Comma is not enough. Very good, very good. We can say, because I was late, or because I woke up late, I missed the bus. That's a good one. Hello, I can't pronounce your name. I like the milk is the same. My friend likes coffee is the same. We can say while. I love milk. Let me go back and show you in more like very, very clearly. We can say, I love milk. To fix this sentence, we can say, I love milk while. It means the same as what you tried to say, right? It's one word. While. Or but. But also can fix it, right? Or we can put a full stop. Or we can put a semicolon like this. This is called a semicolon. It also fixes the problem. But if you just put them like this with nothing between them, oh, that's a big mistake. And believe me, people make a lot of these mistakes. I was one of them. I woke up late. I missed the bus. She loves to paint with her favorite subject is nature. So Amin already fixed all of them. Thank you, Amin. So I will just erase this and just show you very clearly, very quickly here. We can simply here for number one, we can say so. I woke up late, so I missed the bus. Number two, she loves to paint we can say period, her favorite color or her favorite subject in nature. I woke up late. Notice here again is the same sentence, but the problem here is we used simply a comma. A comma is not enough. We can put a semicolon like this. Semicolon is good. Comma is bad. Semicolon is good. All right, great. So I will simply move on to the next one, and I will give you the chance to fix number 1 and number 2. Very good, I mean, yes, it's the same. It's the same. I missed the bus because I woke up late. Pamela, great. Yes, we can like move sentences around to fix them. But as far as what I'm talking about is clear for you guys, please, if there are anything that is not clear, let me know. And I will be more than happy to like explain them some more. He forgot his keys. He couldn't get into the house. Very good. Snow White says so. He forgot his keys, so he couldn't get into the house. Very good. Now it fixes the problem. Very good. Number 2. We went to the concert. It was an amazing experience. Very good. I mean, gets to the same conclusion as Snow White. Yes. He forgot his keys. Very good. I mean, gave us a very good solution to number 2. He said you can simply put a semicolon like this, and it will fix the run-on sentences. Again, for those of you who have just joined, the problem we are talking about right now is called run-on sentences. Run-on sentences. What on earth is a run-on sentence? What is that? Is that some kind of like witchcraft? Absolutely not. A run-on sentence is very simple. Is when we have a subject, verb, object, put next to a subject, verb, object, or complement or whatever, with nothing between them. Here there is nothing. Notice that there is nothing. We should at least put a comma or at least put a semicolon. That will fix the problem. If we don't want to do that, we can do a better thing, which is put some words like so. He forgot his keys, so he couldn't get into his house. Great. So for Pamela says number C, he was hungry. He made a mistake. Because he was hungry, he made a sandwich. I love this, actually. I can see myself doing this. Like, I'm very angry. Oh, hungry. All right. I thought it was angry. Well, you can also eat when you are angry. When you are mad at someone or something, just go and make yourself something to eat, and you are not angry anymore. Great. Right now, let me just very quickly review the 2 mistakes that we have seen so far. So far, we have seen 2 problems that a lot of people do when they are writing. Number one is what we call sentence fragment. A sentence fragment is a piece of sentence. It's an incomplete sentence. Like what? Like sentence number 1 and 2. Because I was sick. Oh, you can see my screen. All right. So I said the first mistake that we have seen today is called sentence fragment. It's a piece of sentence. It's right here. It's a piece of sentence. It's an incomplete sentence. For example, because I was sick. What happened because you were sick? Because I was sick, I didn't go to work. Now the sentence is complete. All right. Number 2, the man who is tall. Well, the sentence is incomplete. What's wrong with the man who is tall? You can tell me, you can correct this sentence fragment by saying, the man who is tall was my teacher. The man who is tall loves his wife. The man who is tall is very talented. Now it's correct. The second mistake that we have seen in today's live stream is called run-on sentences. Run-on sentence is when a sentence or when 2 sentences are put next to each other with nothing between them. So one sentence runs into the other and they create a very, very huge mess. Let's see an example. I love milk. My friend likes coffee. You can notice here that we have subject, verb, object, put together with nothing between them. Like, there should be something there. For example, I can correct this by saying, I love milk while my friend likes coffee, or but my friend likes coffee, or simply I can put a comma, or simply, very, very simply, I can put a semicolon, and the problem is fixed. All right. So that's the second mistake. Now we are going to look at the third mistake for today's live stream. So if you have reached this far, please show some support by clicking the like button. I will really appreciate it. Amin is already like fixing the problems. All right. So she enjoys reading, to watch movies, and swimming. Amin says that the problem here is watching. What does that mean? What does that mean? He wanted to shop, buying groceries, and walking. The job requires professionalism, to commit, and good with communication. I don't see no problems with these sentences. I wrote them myself. So what is the problem? Weird time. So what's the problem here? I guess you should do live from 15 to 16 if it is possible. All right, I will try to change the timing. I mean, thank you for telling me, but there is a very important announcement. I'm gonna share it with you at the end of the live stream. Yeah, but I understand. I mean, but the problem is that from 15 to 16, there are people who are out, or there are people who are like enjoying their day, or there are people working. You see. But thank you for the suggestion. We can discuss that, by the way. We can discuss that. But thank you for the suggestion and for bringing this to my attention. It's very important that you guys share with me your suggestions or things that you prefer. Maybe you prefer, for example, Amin, he prefers to attend the live stream from 15 to 16, then from 9 to 10, right? That's very good. So he told me, and I will discuss that with and see what we can do. So what's the problem here? You guys see no problems in these sentences? Because Amin sees a problem. All right, I will tell you what the problem is. The problem here is that here we started with ing, but then we switched to to plus verb, and then we switch back to ing. This is a very common problem. Very common, I say, by the way. Very common, especially among beginner. It's a very common problem, which is called parallelism. Parallelism, right? So parallelism means that these words are parallel to each other. So we have word 1, word 2, word 3. So they need to follow the same structure. If there is an ing in the first one, the second one should have ing, and the third one should have ing as well. You see? Very good, very good. I mean, very good. Buy and walk, very good. Yes. So that's the same problem even for number 2. You wanted to shop. All right. So we have 2 plus verb, but the next one we have ing, and the third one we have ing. So the sentence should be: he wanted to shop, to buy groceries, and to walk. So we should keep the same structure. The third one, very, very clever answer, Amin. You can notice in the third one that I completely changed the category of the words in question. The job requires professionalism. This is a noun. But notice that the second one is a verb. So that's a big mistake. So even if you have a noun, you should keep it to noun, noun. If you have a verb, it should be followed by verb and verb. Are they clear? Is this clear? Because I'm going to move to the last exercise. In the last exercise, I combined all the problems that we have seen today. So we have seen so far, let me just like write the third problem as well. So we have seen so far 3 problems. The first one is sentence fragments, sentences that are not complete. You have 2 examples here. The second one is when we have run-on sentences, 2 sentences linked together with nothing between them. That's a very common one as well. The third problem that we have seen right now is what we called parallelism. Oopsie. All right. The third problem is what we call parallelism. Parallelism. Can you try saying it 3 times? Like words in lists. We use parallelism, by the way, especially in lists, all right? Should have the same category or form. All right. So I'm gonna share with you a mistake, and you can notice the problem there. Let me write this one in green. I think green. I'm gonna go for green. Let me go back to black right here. So parallelism, I will give you a problem with parallelism. I love painting to exercise and watch TV. All right. So here we started with ing, and then we switched to plus verb, and then we switched to bare infinitive, right? I will share with you another one. So we can say he loves nature, paints, and oh, well, okay. Let me think about another one. He loves nature, to paint, and I don't know, and well, help me with this mistake. Help me with this mistake. He loves nature, to paint, and I don't know, and I all right. I love nature and to paint. All right, I'm gonna just keep it this way. So here we have a noun, and here we have a verb. So this is just to illustrate, right? This is just to illustrate. Eating. All right. Thank you. I mean, yes. Great. So this is what we call a mistake with problem. By the way, these are examples of mistakes. Don't copy them. All right. So I have this one for you. Jan likes to. Where is Jan? Jan is not here. Jan likes to hike in mountains, swimming in the lake, and to ride his bike through the city. When he has a day off, his friends enjoy hiking with him, swim together, and to bike along the trails. They always bring snacks. They always like to take pictures of their adventures. I really love this one. I really love this this exercise because it shows all the problems that we have seen today. The 3 of them. Here there is an H missing. So can you tell me where are the mistakes and how can we correct them? Very good. Exactly, Pamela. I love painting, or we can say I love painting, exercising, and watching, right? Hiking. Very good. Yes. So Jan likes to hike in the mountains, to swim in the lake, and to ride the bike. So we can correct this one instead. So we can say to swim instead. To swim. All right. So we can correct this one instead. So Jan likes to hike in the mountains, to swim in the lake, and to ride his bike along the trail. So sentence number 1 is completely correct. When he has a day off, what is the problem here? What did we call this mistake? What did we call this mistake? When he has a day off, period. What's the problem here? When he has a day off. Notice that I put a period at the end, a full stop. But is the meaning complete? Did I complete the meaning before putting a comma or a full stop? No, I didn't do that. So what shall I do? How can I fix this problem? Very good. I mean, all right. I see. I mean, all right. All right. Or we can finish it by adding something. So we can say, for example, when he has a day off, all right, period, or comma, or period, what, comma, he likes to go out. Now it's correct. He likes to go out. Now it's correct. Now it's complete. You see? Because in the beginning, it wasn't complete. Just like this, it's not complete. When he has a day off, what happens when he has a day off? He likes to go out. His friends enjoy hiking with him. We can say here swimming together and riding. We can say riding bikes along the trail. Now it's correct because here we have ing, ing, ing. It was a problem of parallelism, right? So it was the third problem we talked about. They always bring snacks. They always like to take pictures together. I mean, notice that always is repeated. I agree with you, and I'm gonna repeat. I'm gonna omit this one. Is that the only mistake that we have here? Great. Very good. Very good. All right. So comma, comma. The answer is up. Comma, I think here. Great. Yes. So here, what do we have? We have subject, verb, object linked with another subject, verb, object with what? With solely a comma. We can fix this one by simply doing like this. A semicolon, it fixes the problem. Or we can say and. They always bring snacks and they like to take pictures. Now it's fixed. And I'm gonna go back to here, to this window, and I'm gonna let you take a screenshot of these three mistakes. So I'm gonna let you take a screenshot of these mistakes. So, all right, you can go ahead and take a screenshot. I'm sorry, but all right. Oh, oops, here. All right, so you can take a screenshot of problem number 1, and then I'm going to show you problem number 2, and then problem number 3. So when you are done taking a screenshot, let me know so that I can move to problem number 2. I will review with you the problems very quickly. We said the first problem is what we called sentence fragment. A sentence fragment is a piece of sentence. It's an incomplete sentence. Like what? Like example number 1 and example number 2. What is example number 1? Because I was sick. What is the problem? Well, I can ask, what happened because you were sick? You can tell me, because I was sick, I didn't go to work. Now the sentence is not a fragment. Now the sentence is complete. Great, Amin. The same thing for sentence number 2. The man who is tall. What is the problem with this sentence? It's incomplete. You can tell me, well, what's the problem? I can tell you it's lacking a verb. You can tell me again, well, there is the verb to be. Is right there. I can tell you is simply more information about the man. So you can say the man who is tall is my uncle. Now it's correct. This is problem number 2. Problem number 2 is called run-on sentences. Run-on sentences. What is a run-on sentence on earth? A run-on sentence is when you put two sentences together with nothing. With nothing between them. For example, I love milk, my friend loves coffee. Well, these are two sentences that are smacked together, that are smashed together with nothing between them. So how can we fix it? We can fix it by putting a full stop. We can say, I love milk, full stop, my friend loves coffee, and that fixes it. Or you can add another word, like what? I love milk while my friend likes coffee. The third mistake that we talked about is what we called parallelism. Parallelism is when you put words next to each other in a list, but the words don't look like each other. For example, I love painting. Well, it's in ing, but the next word in the list doesn't end in ing. It's different. It has to plus verb. Thank you so much, Snow White. That's a very, very lovely comment to have. Thank you so much. All right, and with that, guys, I think we arrived to the end. Thank you, Amin. Right, I will reshare them, by the way, on the I will reshare them later on the channel. All right, next week, probably from now until September, there will be no live streams. We will be sharing videos as always, but no live streams, unfortunately. Why? Because your favorite teacher is getting married, right? So I have my wedding. So I'm not gonna be here. I will be very busy with the preparation and with the event and stuff. So I will be married. So I will be getting married. So wish me luck. And unfortunately, I will not be able to be with you here on this live stream for the next 2 weeks. That's not sad. I mean, maybe not having a live stream, but getting married is not sad. But thank you. So yeah, so thank you so much, Amy. That's so lovely of you. Thank you, guys. So I'm gonna be very busy, so because I will be traveling and stuff, so I'm not gonna be with you for the next couple of weeks. So you two guys go and enjoy your time, your vacation, and I meet you in the beginning of September. So thank you so much, guys. Take care of yourselves. We stay in touch through the channel, but other than that, thank you so much.